Hola hola from Barcelona. Join me as we explore the best Chinese hotpot restaurant in town, take refreshing dips in the Mediterranean Sea, sweat it out at the Galileu gym, dive into my first Pilates class at Dharma Studio, embark on a quest for the perfect pair of shoes, and much, much more. First, we're immersing ourselves in the culinary extravaganza that is Yuanlaosi. I might be butchering the name, but it's my go-to Chinese hot pot haven. Picture this, you stroll in with a big group and they whisk you away to your own private room, like a hot pot VIP. But if it's just you and a friend, prepare for the open table extravaganza. Here's the fun part, you order by taking items off a paper menu. Meanwhile, the food is sizzling and you've got all the time in the world to craft your perfect sauce. It's like a culinary art project. Steph and I were feeling adventurous, so we ordered cow tongue, very chewy, meatballs that were out of this world, and veggies that made us crunch with delight. The Lotus, you have to order it. We stayed so long that we practically closed the joint. Food, friends, and good times. What more could you ask for?
Después del Hotpot. Nunca más.
On to an invigorating new habit, beginning to do cold plunges. While the internet is abuzz with ice baths and specialized tubs, I've embraced the Mediterranean Sea, where the morning air is a brisk 9 degrees, which means the water is slightly colder than that. The strange part is, I get so excited to do it in the morning, and it brightens my day. But I've tried it in the afternoon, and it is the opposite effect. I get so negative, and it causes so much stress. So, note to self, stick to the morning plunges. Now let's talk fitness and gym hopping escapades. I'm a proud member of the Metropolitan gym chain here in Barcelona, and they've got a whopping 8 different locations in the city. My personal challenge? To conquer 6 of them by the end of February. You see, my regular haunt is the one nestled near Sagrada Familia. It's my gym home base, if you will. But curiosity got the best of me and I ventured into the shiny new territory of Galileu. Boy, was it a revelation. In my professional opinion, yeah, I think I've earned it as a gym explorer. Galileu checks off all the boxes. It's cleaner than a freshly wiped whiteboard, more spacious than a yoga studio during lockdown, and they've got this fantastic rooftop track where I felt like I was training for the Barcelona Olympics. Oh, and let's not forget about the calisthenic bars. It's like a jungle gym for adults. The best part? It's less crowded. With fewer people around, I had the freedom to try everything without feeling like I was in a busy subway during rush hour. It's a win-win. Next on my fitness bucket list is squash. You heard me right. I'm about to channel my inner squash superstar. Will I master it with grace and finesse or walk out bruised? You'll have to find out in the next video. But right now, a new frontier in my fitness journey was trying Pilates. I discovered a hidden gem known as Dharma Studio, and my trusty sidekick Consti and I decided to embark on this adventure together. First, let me introduce you to Anahi, our Pilates guru, and her ever-adorable dog, Merlin. You read correctly, this Pilates studio comes with a canine companion. If that's not quite a selling point, I don't know what is. Now let me confess, people have warned me that Pilates could be a bit of a challenge. But nothing could have prepared me for the arm torture I endured during that first class. You could tell by my expression on my face that it wasn't a walk in the park. I have a peculiar tendency of smiling and chuckling when I'm in pain during exercise. Call it my coping mechanism. But picture this, I'm supposedly relaxing during Pilates class, trying to keep my laughter in check as my arms are screaming in agony. It's like trying to stifle a laugh at a funeral. Not exactly the most appropriate place for it. In my humble opinion, Pilates is incredible. But it won't be a daily ritual of mine. I'm more of a gym enthusiast, preferring the freedom to dance to my own fitness tune. Don't get me wrong, I love Pilates and I will be doing it again, but I'm a gym rat through and through. Now this scene is straight out of a blockbuster movie. I've learned to avoid the weightlifting section like the plague between 6 and 8 p.m. Why? Because that's when it turns into the real-life version of Where's Waldo? I mean, you're practically elbow to elbow with everyone. The insider secret? As the night falls and the temperatures drop, the gym's rooftop area becomes a deserted oasis. It's like having a private workout space with a view that you'd only find in your wildest dreams. I feel like I'm starring in my own action movie. I come here around 5 times a week, but let me clarify, it's not always for the hardcore sweat session. Sometimes it's just to stretch, work on mobility, or maybe indulge in the spa. So if you're ever in Barcelona and have a smidge of interest in exercise, mark my words, you need to come to this gym. Now on to the never-ending quest for the perfect kicks. My trustworthy white shoes needed an upgrade, and Tommy Hilfiger seemed to have the answer. until they turned out to be a size too small. Where are my fellow women's 41, 42 European, or if you're in the US, 10.5, 11? Shoe shopping is a struggle, am I right? With Valentine's Day around the corner, I hit up Flying Tiger, a store that's like Target, on a whimsical sugar rush. Why? Because I'm hosting a Galentine's Day bash, and we needed some quirky decor and party favors. It's going to be legendary. Now, to satisfy my sweet tooth, I treat myself once a week to a dessert. Dulzura Mia's lemon pie, it's a slice of heaven. But most days, I'm cooking at home like I'm Jamie Oliver. At least 2 to 3 times a week, I like to meal prep, so I have fast and healthy options when I'm hungry. Remember that forest green I mentioned? I decided to paint my house's front entrance with it. Now, I've painted rooms before, but the ceiling? That's a whole new level of arm workout. Lastly, my dear professor and close friend, Kenda, arrived to Barcelona. We had a beachside catch-up and then took group videos. Steph loves to tease me about being an influencer. I take videos and photos of everything. Whoops, busted. That's this week's recap. Next week, I'm getting a new bathtub and I'm gonna try and play squash for the first time. Stay tuned.